Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to My Obsessive Confessions. My name is Tigray, and today, as you can already tell by the title of this video, we are going to be doing a full face of drugstore products. Some are new-ish, some are new to me, but we are going to just be getting ready together essentially with these drugstore products. Most of them I have used already, so I can kind of give you my thoughts on them, and then some are new. But yeah, that is what we're doing today. If you do like this video or any of my other videos, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below. And if you do want to be notified when I do upload any future videos, you can also hit that notification bell button down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. Alright, so I'm going to start with the eyes, and I only used this palette one time. It's not new to me essentially because I've had it for like almost 2 months, but I've only used it one time, and that is the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit, and this is the Wants palette, and now this is in collaboration with Emily Noel here on YouTube, and this is what it looks like. So yeah, it has some pretty colors and a really large mirror over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that on my eyes. And to prime my eyes, I'm just gonna go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. I have no clue what I'm gonna do on my eyes today, but just wanted to play with some of this new stuff that I've gotten recently from the drugstore that I've seen and see how they work. All right, so to start, I'm going to go in, they do have the names on here, so that's really cool. I'm gonna go in with Midwest and Dues Paid. That is these two right there, and I'm just going to use those as crease shades. Just go back and forth. So it's definitely not extra pigmented, but the pigment definitely can be built up. But I do like those two colors as crease colors. They did a really good job. So let's see what I want to go in with next. I'm gonna go in with this blue shade here called, what is this called? Family, and that's this shade right there. And I'm going to use the same brush, but just bring it just a little bit lower. I'm not seeing any pigment. It's a little bit there. It's not looking as blue as I thought it would. I'm gonna switch brushes and go in with something a little bit more concentrated. This is the Morphe M433. Still using that same blue shade. And just bring it a little bit, pack it in there. And then blend it out. Let me bring you in just a little closer, actually. Okay, yeah, just a little closer there. I'm gonna Okay, it's not bad. It's definitely not the best palette I've worked with. But as long as you have the time, I feel like this is definitely gonna get to where you want it to get to. But it definitely does take some building up. I'm going to now, let's see. I'm gonna go in with Pie Fi, which is this shade right here, like this purple maroony shade. And I'm just gonna build that up on the outer edge. And I'm still gonna use the same brush and just bring it lower and then the outer V area. There really is no fallout at all, so that's a good thing. But also, like I said, because it takes so much to build up these colors. The colors are beautiful though, they really are. It's more of like a powdery formula, so as you can see right here, it does have some powder pickup in the pan, and then like if I dust this off, you can, I hope you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it does have some kick up there. But on the face, I'm not seeing any fallout, which is really good. I think I'm gonna leave it there for that. So I saw not too long ago these Almay 24-hour wear velvet foil cream shadows, and this one is in the color Out of the Woods, this one, and this one's in the color Violet Eyelet. And I think they would make really good bases. So this is how it comes out, and this is what it looks like, which I think is pretty. And then I'm going to kind of use it as a base right here. Oh, it's really pretty as like a shadow too. And over top of it, I'm gonna go in with this pizzazz color right here. And see, I'm just gonna use my finger and just go over top of this right here in the middle. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. And that base, like, it dried really, really fast. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. And then just because we lost a little bit on the side, just to blend it in, I'm gonna go back in with that Pie Fi and just blend it into the edge. Oh yeah, that was really pretty. All right, so I'm gonna stop there with the eyes for now. And then we're gonna move on to the brows, or should I do the brows after? No, we'll move on to the skin. So we'll move on to the skin. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin with this Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. This is the hydrating that I had got as like a free sample size, trial size in my recent Milani order. All right, and then for my pored areas, something that is not necessarily new, but I recently discovered it and have been really, really loving this. This is the Maybelline Master Blur Stick, and it's in the shade Medium Tan. And it's just like a blur stick, just like the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. And I really have been liking this, and I think I like it a lot because it's like my skin tone. So you can wear this with or without makeup. Yeah, I've just really been liking it. And I'll just kind of put it all over and then tap in with my finger. And I think it does a good job at blurring and filling in the pores. Okay, and then as far as foundation, again, this is kind of new, but I have used this multiple times, and I'm still kind of on the fence of how I feel about it, but this is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation, and I have the color 525 Deep Golden, which is actually a really good color. And I've seen lots of videos on it. Like I said, I've tried it multiple times. I've had it for a while. My CVS, I think, no, where did I get it from? I'm not really sure where I got it from. I don't remember. But it was back like towards the end of December. So I've definitely had it for a while before all these videos started popping up. And I just have been testing it out. I put it away for a little bit because it just wasn't my favorite. But we're going to try it again. And it does come out a little bit more liquidy than I'm used to. And I'm just going to use my Sonia Kashuk sponge to pounce this into the skin. It's definitely a little bit deeper than my current complexion, but it's gonna be really it's gonna be really good for the summertime. All right, and that's how that is looking. Like I said, I am not loving this as much as everybody else is loving it. I don't feel like it sinks into my skin. Like, I just feel like it sits on top of the skin, but it's just not my favorite foundation that's recently come out. And I did want to mention these. I didn't really get a chance to use them, but these are the Black Radiance Lid Glitz. They're just like dupes for the Stila Shimmer and Glow. They're not as glittery. I'm sorry, Glitter and Glow. They're not as glittery as those. They are definitely more like between the Shimmer and Glow and between the Glitter and Glow. Like they have some glitter in them, but they're not as glittery, but they're not full shimmery either. So this is what they look like here. And I use the blue one, Starlit, on my eye. I think when I did the Milani video was on my eye, and this purpley one is called Star Studded, which probably would have went really good with this eye look here. Maybe I'll put it on like the lower lash line, but wanted to mention those just in case I don't get to those. I did, like I said, use the blue one, and I liked it. It definitely, it dries really fast. It can be built up because it isn't like full opaque off of one swipe. So there's that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to concealer. And this is a new concealer that I recently ordered off of the Ulta website. And this is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And I have it in the shade Deep Chestnut, which I think was like an online only shade, which I hate when like businesses do that. Like, why would it be online only? Like that's like probably the best color for deeper, or the best color. So anyways, I just feel like everybody's coming out with a concealer, which is kind of exciting, especially when it comes to Drugstore. And it definitely has a big doe foot applicator, just like the Tarte Shape Tape, which I believe is like the first one to do that. And let's just go ahead and put it on. The color looks like it's going to be really good. Yeah, this color is really good. It's definitely thick. I feel like it's a little thicker than the Milani one, but not as much comes out on the doe foot, probably because it is thicker. But it's a good color. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just blend it out with my sponge. Looks like it dries pretty quickly, so I do need to work quicker with this. Alright, and that's how that blended out. It blended out really well. I wouldn't say this is full coverage though. I don't know a lot of claims on it, but it definitely says right on the side of the packaging, full coverage matte. So that's definitely a claim, and I don't think I would consider this full coverage. It's definitely more matte. I wouldn't say it's fully matte, like drying matte. More matte than the Milani concealer, but it doesn't give as much coverage off the bat as the Milani concealer does. I'm gonna add just a little bit more, see if it's a buildable coverage. And it is creasing just a little bit underneath the eye. So it does build up a little bit. I wouldn't build too much on this just because, like I said, it does dry a little quicker than normal. So I feel like that can cause an issue, but it built up really nicely. So as long as you work pretty fast on building it up, I think you'll be okay. And then I don't have any new under eye powder, but I have been bringing this back out, and this is the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder in Banana, and I'm going to use that to set my eyes today. And then to set the rest of my face, same thing, nothing new, but I definitely have brought this back out and have been really loving this. And this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in 35 Deep. And I'm going to go ahead and use that to set the rest of my face. Alright, so now we can go ahead and move on to the brows. And I have this new product. This is the L'Oreal Unbelievable Brow. That's what it's called, L'Oreal Unbelievable Brow. And it's a long wear brow gel. This is what that looks like. And I got it in the color Dark Brunette. And I don't know how new this was. It was just in the new section of my local drugstore. And I just figured it would be worth a try. And it comes with a little spoolie here, brush, and this is what it looks like. So it kind of sounds like it reminds me of like a dupe of, what was that brow gel? What is it called? I cannot remember the name, but if I can think of it, then I will leave it here on the screen. But this is what the product looks like. It's just like a doe foot wand. So I don't really know how to use this. So I'm just going to wing it. Go ahead and I'm not gonna put this directly on the brows. I'm just gonna take some product off of here with the spoolie, or with got this all in my shirt, with the brush, and go from there. It's a really good color. Not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eyebrow and then we will move on. Okay, so this is what the brows are looking like, which I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I don't hate it, I don't love it. I feel like it has a little bit of a learning curve and it could potentially be really good, especially considering it's Drugstore. So I'll have to continue to play with it, but so far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the lower lash line, and I'm gonna start with just going in kind of with the same colors I did on the top, Midwest and Dews, and just mimic the top of the brow. I mean, the top colors. And I'm gonna go in with Belle Violet and Eve Rose. So that's these two right here. This one and this one. And I'm gonna put those on the inner corner of my eye. Just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. Didn't really do much. I'm gonna wet it. I'm gonna go ahead and wet it and see if that does anything. Oh yeah. Much better. Now this is definitely not Drugstore, but I feel like it just needs a little bit of something. I'm gonna go in with this Laura Mercier Aubergine Caviar Eye Stick, just because I feel like it needs a little bit something on the bottom. All right, and tight lined with that. And I think that is it for the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up the skin using the Butter Bronzer in Endless Summer. I did a whole video on this. If you have not seen that, I will link that down here on the screen or down below. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. And I'm gonna go in with this Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I recently picked this up. I got it just as like a filler in my cart at Ulta. And I have been loving this. It's definitely, I feel like this is a dupe for that Bad Girl Bang mascara that I've been loving. But it's like $3–4. It is so good. And it's nothing new, but it's definitely new to me. And I remember people talking about it a lot, and I just never picked it up. I don't know why. So now I am, and it's just beautiful. All right, and then for blush, I don't have anything new, but I'm gonna try to use one of these eyeshadows as blushes. I'm gonna go in with a mixture of Laugh, Cry, and Cheer, which are these two right here. 1, 2. And see if I can use it as a blush. I think it's pretty. All right, and then for highlight, I have been loving this. I picked this up early January, I believe, and this is the Makeup Revolution palette. What's it called? Face Quad Ignite highlighting palette. So this is in the Ignite shade, and it is just beautiful, you guys. I have just been tearing this up recently. I just love it so much, and I just kind of mix them all together and just put them on my face, and it has just been so beautiful. So good. And then for lips, I have two new lips, and this is called, what is this? I don't even know what this is called. This is from L'Oreal, and the name is not on here, but I saw these on a display and I just thought they would be really pretty. So I don't know which one I want to do. They're supposed to be like liquid lipsticks. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use both of them. I'm gonna go in with this color here, which is called 432 I Dare, and this is what the wand looks like. So it's a really good precision wand. I'm gonna use that on the outer edge of my lips. It's definitely not like fully opaque, it's really watery. And then I'm going to go in with this 430 eye stand in the middle, which is like a nude color, like a nude gray. I don't know how I feel about these. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my hair, and then I'll be back to kind of finish up my thoughts on this whole look. Okay, so now that we are all finished up, I can go ahead and kind of give you my thoughts. Let's first start with the Emily Edit The Wants palette. The packaging is really cute. It's nice and big and still sleek. And I do really love the array of colors in here. I do think that you can get a full look, lots of full looks with this palette. I don't want to blind you, so let me do it this way. So I do think that you can get a full face, full look with these colors. I think they're very, very beautiful colors. I think that they're not super pigmented right away, but like I said, you can definitely build this up as long as you have the patience. I think that you'll really enjoy this palette. I haven't used all of them, like this Side Hustle color, Good Vibes. Yeah, I mean the shimmers are really pretty though. So here's some of the shimmers here. Let's see what else is on here. This Top Story. This is that Top Story. These are just really, really pretty colors. Like I said, they're not like they're not the best shadows I've ever worked with, but they are definitely really pretty shadows. And I think it's just, if you want to support Emily, then it's definitely something that I think that you should have. But it's definitely not something that I think I will reach for all the time. But I do really, really like it for the price point. I'll try to leave everything down below as usual. As far as this foundation, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear, I don't know guys, like this is just not my favorite foundation at the drugstore. It does look really pretty. It on camera it looks really pretty, in person it looks pretty. It just does not, I don't know, like I like my foundations to kind of melt with my skin, and I feel like this just sits on top of the skin. Like it does not melt into my skin. It lasts a really long time. I have, like I said, I've worn this many times before. It just looks like makeup. So it definitely is not going to be my favorite. The color is not bad, but I don't know, it's just not my favorite. I'm not going to recommend it to you, but it is definitely a beautiful foundation. Like it's not anything horrible, but it's just not my favorite. I wouldn't reach for it before my other foundations that I love from the drugstore. So yeah, on that one, it's just okay for me. As far as the e.l.f. concealer, I do like the color. It actually looks really, really good. I think I'm not really feeling this banana color pop. It's just really bright underneath my eyes, and I think that's kind of deceiving this. So I will have to test this out again. I don't really have a lot of under eye powders from the drugstore, which is why I pulled that out. but I will have to test this out again with a powder that I really love, and I'll then be able to see if it's really as good as it looks like it is. But I think the color is just throwing me off because it's really bright because of that bananas powder. But I really like the way that it feels. It doesn't feel heavy. It's sitting underneath the eye really well. It's not creasing, you know, crazy creasing. I don't know how long it lasts, of course, because I'm not going to do a wear test today, but I will update you guys down below. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty, and I will continue to use it. As far as these Almay Velvet Foil Cream Shadows, I really like these. I didn't use this Out of the Woods one, but let me swatch it and see what it looks like. Ooh, it's pretty. So this is what that Out of the Woods one looks like. I think that these are going to be really like good one and done shadows where you just put this all over the lid and blend it out. I definitely am going to continue to use these, and they do have other colors, so I think I'm going to go get some more. I really like these. These are probably one of the favorite things that I use today. These and the concealer so far. I really love those. The bronzer, I'm not going to go into any detail about it. I did a whole video on it. Of course, this Makeup Revolution highlighting palette is just gorgeous. You'll be seeing this in a monthly favorites because I have just been loving this. I love putting this all over the skin. I just use them all together. I'll tap it into each one. Sometimes this is just going to be really pretty in the summertime. I just love this palette. I definitely recommend going and picking that up. It is just really good. This Unbeliever brow, I don't know how I feel about this one, you guys. I don't, like I said, I feel like it takes a little bit of a learning curve that I'm just gonna have to work with. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think it's just gonna take some time. It's not bad, but it's just weird for me. I'm not used to dealing with creams for my eyes. Ooh. I'm not used to dealing with creams for my brows. So, but they came out, I think they came out really good. You guys let me know down below how you feel about them. I like I said, I think they came out really good. If you mess up though, it is kind of hard to bring it back. I will use it again. I will continue to use it. The spoolie that it came with is actually not bad at all, the little spoolie brush, but it might be even better if it's a brush that you love already. So I do like the color. It looks like really gray in the packaging, but on the brows I think it I don't know, I think it worked for my skin tone and my skin color. So yeah, iffy about that. And then what else did I use? Oh, the lip products. I don't know how I feel about these lip products. The lip came out cute, of course, but especially for this dark color, the 432 I Dare, it's not very opaque. I can't see, like, if you can see, like, it's just not that opaque. So I feel like if I tried to wear this dark one by itself, I don't think it would be like a great color. Whereas this nude though, which is 430 I Stand, I think that this, because it's so light and like nude, I think that that is going to be really pretty on the lips. This kind of reminds me of a liquid version of the new, I think Fenty Beauty came out with new lipsticks, and one of them is called Mink. It's either Mink or I Quit. I can't remember which one. But it kind of reminds me of that, where it's just like a taupe-ish nude. So yeah, I think that one is going to be really pretty, and this one I don't think I would like unless there was like a lip liner underneath it. So yeah, but that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, that's it for the new things, at least. This Maybelline Fit Me powder is not new, but I am definitely been picking this up recently and loving it. It just smooths out the skin so much. Maybe I should try to go down one just below it and try that as an under eye powder, because I don't know. From the drugstore, I don't really have any options. So let me know what you love from the drugstore for underneath the eye, so I can maybe find something out and try that out. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, guys. Bye.